Good morning students, welcome to Royal Palace College online classes. So in the previous class we are discussing some bits, CET or NEET bits on solutions topic. Now let us further discuss some more bits on the same topic. First question is, an aqueous solution freezes at minus 0.186 degrees centigrade. Kf is equal to 1.86, Kb is equal to 0.512. What is the elevation in the boiling point? First let us look at the details what they have given. An aqueous solution freezes at. Aqueous solution is freezing at means what is the value you need to take? Tf. Tf is equal to minus 0.186 degrees centigrade and Kf is given as 1.86, Kb is given 0.512 and what they are asking is elevation in the boiling point delta Tb is how much? Okay, so first of all, to calculate delta Tb, what we need to know, delta Tb is equal to Kb into molarity. To calculate delta Tb, you need to have Kb value and also you need to have molarity value. But molarity is not mentioned in this question. So how to get molarity? By using Tf and Kf, you can calculate molarity with this formula. You know that delta Tf is equal to Kf into molarity. Kf into molarity. From this I can write molarity is equal to delta Tf by Kf. Delta Tf by Kf. Now what is the delta Tf depression in the freezing point? And it is given by the formula, delta Tf is given by the formula, okay, T0F minus Tf. T0F minus Tf. Okay. Now, from this I can calculate T0F minus Tf. What is T0F? It is freezing point of pure solvent. Now, what is pure solvent here? Aqueous solution. Aqueous solution means what is the solvent? Water. Water delta Tf, water T0F is 0 degrees centigrade. Means here water solvent, so T0F should be taken 0. So M is equal to 0 minus of what is Tf of the solution? Minus 0.186 okay, degrees centigrade divided by Kf is given 1.86. Okay. Now with that you should write here molarity is equal to 0.186 divided by 1.86. 0.186 divided by 186. So this will be division 0.1. Okay, right or not? So this is like 10 power minus 3. Assume this is 10 power minus 2. Okay, so that is molarity should be here now 0.1. Okay, now by using this molarity you can calculate delta Tb, no? Okay, so what is the formula now? Delta Tb is equal to Kb into molarity. Now delta Tb, elevation in the boiling point, is equal to what is Kb given? 0.512 5, 1, 2. And what is the molarity you got? 0.1. So what is the elevation in the boiling point delta TB for this? 0.0512. 0.0512 is the answer. So where is that? It is option D. 0.051. Okay. So in this question, first TF is given, KF is given, KB is given, delta TB they are asking. So delta TB you can get from KB into M, but M is not given. So from M where can you get? M you can get from delta TF by KF formula. So what is the delta TF formula? T naught F minus TF. What is T naught F? It is freezing point of water. Freezing point of water is 0 degrees. Minus this is given minus of 0.186. So 0.1. This molarity we are substituting in this formula. So answer is 0.0512. That is option D. Okay. Next question is, which of the following will exhibit highest boiling point? Okay, the options are 0.1 m KNO3. This is option A. Option B is 0.1 m Na2SO4. Option C is 0.015 m glucose solution, and option D is 0.015 m urea solution. They are asking which solution will have highest boiling point. So you know delta Tp formula is elevation in the boiling point is equal to I into Kb into molarity. Okay. Now they are asking which one will exhibit the highest boiling point. First of all, from this you can say that however Kb is constant, so delta Tb is directly proportional to I, delta Tb is directly proportional to concentration. Okay, so whichever concentration is greater, delta Tb is directly proportional to concentration, delta Tb is directly proportional to I value. So whichever concentration is greater, there the elevation in the boiling point should be more, no? So that means among the four options, this is less concentration, this is less concentration. So these two you cannot select. So the option must be either A, either B. Why? Because 0.1 m concentration, 0.1 m concentration is higher than these two. Now again in these two, if concentration is common, then what is the next factor you should check? You should check for I value. Now among these two, which is having highest I value? What is I value? It is what of factor? Number of ions you can check. Number of ions in this is K plus NO3 minus. So 2 ions means I value 2. Number of ions in this is 2 Na plus ions, 1 SO4 2 minus ions. Means totally how many ions are there? 3 ions. Means I value is 3. So delta TF is proportional to I value. Means whichever I value is greater, their boiling point will be higher. So which is greater? This one. 3 is greater. So boiling point of 0.1 molar sodium sulfate is highest in the given option. Answer is B. In the given options, answer is B. Okay. So first thing is delta dB is equal to I into Kb into m. Means delta dB boiling point elevation is directly proportional to concentration and also directly proportional to one-half factor. So first concentration with respect to concentration, these two concentrations are higher, these two lower. So eliminate them. Among these two, which is highest boiling point? That depends upon the I value. Which electrolyte is having highest I value? That one will have highest boiling point. So answer is B. Next question is, the osmotic pressures of equimolar solutions of BaCl to NaCl and this one is sucrose will be in the order. They are saying that we have equimolar solutions of BaCl to NaCl and this sugar, that is sucrose molecule. What is that? C12 H22O11. They are asking the osmotic pressure order. What is the formula for osmotic pressure? Pi is equal to ICRT. Pi is equal to ICRT. That means osmotic pressure is directly proportional to I value. Since they are saying equimolar concentration remains same, universal gas constant remains same at same temperature. So now purely osmotic pressure will be highest for highest I value. Now check at the I values of these given compounds. Now I value of BaCl2, 1 barium ion, 2 chloride ions. So what is the I value of BaCl2? 3. I value of NaCl, Na plus ion, Cl minus ion means 2. And I value of sugar molecule. Sugar will neither undergo dissociation, not undergo association. So you should take it 1. I value is 1. Now according to the given I values, which will be highest osmotic pressure? Highest will be BaCl2. So the option must be BaCl2 osmotic pressure greater than osmotic pressure of NaCl than sucrose molecule or this sugar molecule. So where is that option? BaCl2 higher than NaCl higher than sucrose. Okay, that is the answer. Next question is, the molar boiling point constant for water is 0.513. When 0.1 mole of sugar is dissolved in 200 grams of water, the solution boils under a pressure of 1 atmosphere at. So first let us write the information given. Molar boiling point constant meaning is molar elevation constant, nothing but Kb. 0.513. Kb is given 0.513. Next, number of moles of sugar. Number of moles of sugar is given 0.1 mole. Next, weight of the water. Weight of solvent is given. Weight of the 200 grams. Now what they want, the solution boils under the pressure of 1 atmosphere at solution boiling point is what they are asking, TB value they are asking, TB value. Okay. Now you know that delta TB can be written as I into Kb into molarity, right? Here it is sugar molecule, no? Sugar molecule means not undergo association or dissociation. So I value is 1. You need not consider I. Then what is M value? Molarity. Molarity formula is what? Molarity is equal to number of moles into 1000 by weight of the solvent in grams. Weight of solvent in grams. So first calculate the molarity, then you will calculate the TB. So molarity is equal to number of moles is 0.1 into 1000 divided by weight is given 200. Weight is given 200. This is the molarity formula, right? Now from this I can write it is molarity is so 0.1 into 1000 is 100, no? Okay, 100. That means this is cancelled. Then 2 zeros cancel. Means what is the molarity? 0.5 molar. Molarity is 0.5. Now delta TB. What is the delta TB formula? Okay. One thing we will do. First we will calculate the delta TB. Then we will go for this one, TB value. Delta TB is equal to Kb is given 0.513. Molarity you got is 0.5. 0.5. Okay. 0.5 and 0.513 means it will be how much? 0.256. Add or not? So 556 this, okay, 256. Now you know that delta TB formula is okay, TB minus T naught B. Okay, TB minus T naught B means elevation in the boiling point is equal to boiling point of solution minus boiling point of solvent, right? So from this TB you can get is equal to 0.256 plus T naught B. What is T naught B? T naught B is boiling point of pure solvent. What is the pure solvent? Water. What is boiling point of water? 100. So what is final value? TB is equal to 0.256 plus 100 degrees centigrade, boiling point of water. So finally, solution boils at 100.0256 degrees centigrade. So solution boils at this point. Where is the option? C. 100.256 degrees centigrade. Okay. Right. I have written here 100.256 degrees centigrade. Next question is, a 5% solution of cane sugar, molecular weight 342, is isotonic with 1% solution of substance X. The molecular weight of X is, they are saying they have taken 5% solution of cane sugar. 5% cane sugar. Molecular weight of the cane sugar is given as 342. 342. Another solution is 1% solution they have taken. 1% solution, and this is solution X. They want us to calculate the molecular weight of X is how much? Molecular weight of X is how much? Condition is these two are isotonic. These two solutions are isotonic. What is the condition for isotonic? Pi 1 must be equal to pi 2. Means sugarcane solution osmotic pressure must be equal to X solution. Right or not? That means I can write like this. Pi is equal to 4 pi CRT. Right or not? So CRT. CRT is nothing but concentration. Okay. RT. R is constant as you know. T also same temperature. It is also constant. So CRT. C1, C2. So this R, this T, R you can take off. Then you can write this one as C1 is equal to C2. Concentration of first compound is equal to concentration of second compound, second solution at isotonic condition. Now concentration is nothing but number of moles per liter. So that means N1 must be equal to N2 in both the cases. N1 must be equal to N2. So N1 must be equal to N2 means I can write like this. W1 by M1 is equal to W2 by M2. Okay. W1 by M1 is equal to W2 by M2. W1 is what? 5%. This one, 5 grams. M1 is what? Molecular weight of the first compound, cane sugar. W2 is 1% here, 1 gram. And M2 is the molecular weight of the X component. So take like that. W1 is 5 grams. 5 divided by 342. 5 divided by 342 is equal to 1 divided by M2. 1 divided by M2 implies M2 is equal to 342 divided by 5. M2 is equal to 342 divided by 5. So it comes near to, see 5, 6, 30, no? It is coming near to 68.4. Okay? If it is 306 times, so 342 means it is 68.2 times. So that is molecular weight of the component X is 68.4 grams per mole. Clear? So under isotonic condition, pi 1 must be equal to pi 2. R is common, T is common. What is different? Concentration. Concentration means what? Number of moles per liter. So per liter calculation you leave it same. Then what is different? Moles, N1, N2. That is W1 by W2 is equal to W1 by M1 is equal to W2 by M2 for isotonic condition. These are for isotonic condition. Okay? Right. Next question. Next question is mole fraction of glucose in 18% weight by weight solution of glucose is. They want mole fraction of glucose in 18% weight by weight solution. Now first let us know 18% weight by weight means what? 18% weight by weight means what? 18% weight by weight means 18 grams of glucose. 18 grams of glucose is present in okay 82 grams 82 grams of water. That is the meaning of weight by weight percent. Okay. So that the total must be 100. 8 plus 2, 10. 1 carries. 2 plus 8, 10. So that is 100. Total must be 100 in weight by weight or mass percentage. So 18% weight by weight solution means 18 grams of the solute is present in 82 grams of the solvent. So solvent is water, solute is glucose. Now let us calculate mole fraction of glucose. Now what is mole fraction of glucose formula? Number of moles of glucose by number of moles of glucose plus number of moles of water, no? Right. Now mole fraction of glucose can be given. Number of moles of glucose means weight of glucose. What is weight of glucose? 18. What is the molecular weight of glucose? 180 divided by 18 by 180 plus what is number of moles of water? Weight of water by molecular weight. That means 82 divided by 18. 82 divided by 18. Now this calculation is this is point 1. This is also point 1 plus 82 by 18 means okay, it goes around it is 0 point, it is 5 point something, okay, 5 point because it is 17, you take this 18 means it will become approximately 5 times it will go, so that means this will be, the total fraction should come around 0.0.021, okay, that is 0.1, okay, it will be 5 means approximately you can take it point, so it is approximately 0.021, okay, right. Next question is, the molarity of a solution obtained by mixing 750 ml of 0.5 HCl with 250 ml of 2 molar HCl will be. Now it is mixing formula. M1 is given 0.5, V1 is 750, M2 is given 2, V2 is 250. Then mixing formula is M1 V1 plus M2 V2 divided by V. M is equal to 0.5 into 750 plus 2 into 250 divided by 750 plus 250. That means molarity is equal to 0.5 into this one means how much? So 725 means it should be, for example, it is 375 if I take. Okay, so it is around, this is around 375 plus 500, 2 into 250, 500. This is 1 0 and it is 0, 1000. Okay. So this what will happen now? It is 500. It is 1000. So 2 times. So 372. 372 divided by, if it is 2. Okay. Then it will be this 2, 1, 7, 14. So it comes around 0.8. Okay, 0.8. Next question is, a 6% solution of urea would be isotonic with 0.6% solution, 0.6% solution of urea will be isotonic with. First of all, let us know how much is the concentration of 0.6% urea. Then you can check with that C1 C2 condition, isotonic condition. 0.6% meaning is 0.6 grams of urea is present in 100 ml of water. 100 ml of water. Okay. Now, if I want to calculate here molarity is equal to weight by molecular weight into 1000 by 100 ml. Right or not? That means this 2 cancel, it will be 60 by, that is molarity will be 1. Now what is the condition for isotonic? C1 must be equal to C2. You know, pi1 is equal to pi2. In the previous problem we did this. C1 must be equal to C2. That means this 0.6% solution of urea is having 1 molarity. So where is this one? 0.6%, sorry, it is 6 by, see here, this is 2 zeros cancel, 10 into 0.6 means 6. 6 by 60 you can take. 6 by 60 means this is 0.1. Now molarity is 0.1. So if C1 is 0.1, C2 also 0.1. Now where is 0.1? In the option A and B it is there. But in the option A, it is glucose. I value is 1. So urea also, for urea also I value is 1 for urea. But KCl I value is 2. KCl I value 2 means osmotic pressure here is more because I value is 2. So it is not isotonic condition. Here urea also I value 1 and commonly glucose also I value 1. So what is the correct concentration? Here 0.1 molarity glucose will be the exactly isotonic solution with 0.6% of urea solution. Okay? So thank you for now. We continue in the next class.